So let me see what we did yesterday. Yesterday we had a minor issue which I had fixed. There was no issue at all. Yesterday we did assignment feedback in which we are supposed to get the feedback. We received the feedback, and let's say part one, let's say pass, let's say appropriate citations, references need to be produced. Let's say this is what we supposed, what is asked, and if I click save feedback, then yeah, this is saved into this part. The assignment feedback is saved here. And actually we had an issue yesterday, but there was not issue at all. I just retyped everything and this really worked. I have not done anything else here. Anyway, so we have all done, finished this part now. So once we have done this now, we have almost completed everything. Now there is something called report, student report, and the teacher report. Actually, this really makes no sense here. So report and everything, what we can do, we can have something here on the dashboard as well. And for search, it's one. I will just do one, and then you have an idea of how to do for the other. You can have the idea for other as well. So you can. I will just give you one, and then you can do for the remaining. It's very easy for search. And yesterday I had a question from someone. Basically, Lafson had asked me, "What about this login?" Yeah. So let me just come back to this login wala page. Actually, we have not created a login with using a process and all. For example, if you go into the login, I click on this login, all the code are written here. Actually, I do not want this to happen here. So I'm going to delete. Yes. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just a minute. Uh, Thank you, Ayush, for just reminding me. I'm very sorry about that. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for reminding everyone. Thank you for. Sometimes it happens. Okay. So let me again run and show you what I had done. That's admin. Yesterday I fixed this issue of assignment feedback. There was no issue at all. I just retyped everything and this really worked. And this worked for uh, and this worked for me. And let us say this is part 2 of this one, and their description is that's a merit, and under merit what I want him to do is you need to make appropriate analysis. Let's say for example this is something that I want to give him a feedback. Let me save this feedback, and this is saved here. This is saved here. The feedback is saved here. So this is we did. This was something we did yesterday, but we had some issue, and then I told you I'll fix it. This has been fixed. Actually, there was no issue at all. I just retyped everything, and things really worked good. Things worked here. So we have completed everything, everyone. And today again, I am going to teach you how we have. If you look into the login page, all the codes are written here. Actually, I do not want the code to be written here. So let's see how we can fix this part for login and all. So let me delete this code from here. I do not want this code to be here because I want to get it from a classes. So let me again go to the user class, and let me just go to the user class. There must be a user class somewhere. The user class is here, and here I want to create a login. So let us say how we can do that is I already have a manage users, list of users, and here I am going to create a function. Here I am going to create a function public bool login with the parameter string username and password. Alright, so let me put a bool rs equals to true. turn on this. Try catch exception X. If I use system to remove the phone, then I can display that one. And I can fix this part here. What I can do here is, instead of throw, I can have a message box symbol. Alright, so this is done, and here I can add my SQL. And I want to retrieve the user with the valid username and password. So this is my query to retrieve the username and the password with the corresponding username and the password. So since this is not rest.poster, this is a text, I have to specify this is command tag text. This is not mandatory here, but if it is a restore procedure, you have to mandatorily specify that this is a restore procedure. You need to pass the parameters. The first parameter is a username. Password. And now we'll execute this query. So we'll have to open the connection. I need a data table here. I could put it anywhere. So load it to the data table. Now once this is done, I can close the connection. And I can check. Else at R is equals to true. Else R is equals to false. That means if R is equals to 2, user exists. If R is equals to false, user does not exist. Let me build it. And now let me go to login clock page and let me click on this login and I'll try my logic here. Okay, so this part done. And here I can just check. Okay, so that's a data access here. I need to create an object of data access here. But user class. And here you see the login. Okay, so this is all done. So let's see now. Once this is done, then if rs double equals to true, then we'll make him to login. I don't know what form it was. I think this is must be form 1. I guess this must be form 1. Yeah, form 1. I just can do form 1. frn equals to new form 1. And I can just frn also. That's it. Otherwise, there's error messages. Invalid username and password. And I will clear the string. Alright, now let's see this whether this works or not. Admin and login. This worked, no problem at all. So now let's go to the report part where you need to have a student report and a teacher report. Let's say first, okay, I just want to bind it here something. I just need to bind it something that I just want to have a 2 grid view here, and 1 grid view will be for the assignment that has been submitted, and 1 grid view will be for those on which the feedback has been given. And also I want to have a text box for a student ID. So if I type ID, all details will be shown here. So let me design a dashboard now. For form 1, I'm just going to design a dashboard again. Let me take a small panel. Here, let me make it smaller. Let me just go to property and let me make it dock to top so that this occupies the top space. And let me set the border style to fix ready. That's it. And I need a 2 grid here. Let me take another panel. Probably this size will work. Let me go to property, border style to fix ready, and dock to again top. One more panel at the end. This one. Dock to fill now. This also will fill, and border style to fix ready. All right. Here I want to have a grid view. You could design any way you want. I don't force you to do this way. You can have your own logic, own idea, own concept, but you do not have to do the way I'm doing. Dot this. Alright, so this is dot. Great. Fine. Now here I need a student ID. Have a label. Font, let me increase it up. 12 should be fine. Let's have a text box. Too big. Let's in the font size. Right. Let's have a button. Alright. Let's have a search. Okay, so I'm done with this. This one, let me change the property. Change the name BJB submission detail and alternating rows default cell style to any color you want. Auto size correction fill and selection mode to full row select. All done. And same here as well. Full row select. Fill. BJB feedback details. So this is what I want here, everyone. Alternating rows, auto size here. What else is there I need to check? Okay, let us leave it as it is for now. Let's name this as a 2x2 student ID. This one BGM search. So whatever the assignment has been submitted will be listed here first. So let me go to the code window. Here I want to have under initialize component, as I want to create an object of the data access here that uh, what is the name of the class that I created for assignment submission? Assignment receipt class equals to new. I need to create object receipt assignments. Okay, let me set this and let me run this form load. I just want to populate all the receipt assignments. DGV submission details data source should be now equal to receipt assignments dot get all receipt assignments. So I have also built student ID. That's fine. All right, everyone. So let me run and check how it looks. Yeah. So these are the receipt assignments, whatever the student has submitted. And if I press one and search, then I should be getting the assignment of a student of ID 1 itself, whatever he has submitted. So let's go and do that. I think I already have done this. Already, I just need to copy this. Let me go to design mode and then just click in here. Let's do this one, and this will be dot receive assignment student ID, and this is it. Let me run and check. So there could be 1000 student and 1000 student might have submitted the assignment, but I would like to filter it particularly. I want to filter it particularly in this case. Let me see what I am trying to do. So let's I just want it for one, and only one will be displayed. And I just want to see whether he has received some feedback here or not. So once I click on this, then I want to see what feedback he has obtained on this receipt ID, or let's say on this assignment title. Assignment title must be reduced. Whatever is the assignment title and whatever is the student ID, what feedback has he received about to this assignment. I just need to filter this out. So let me just go and check what things do I have in the feedback table. I just need to filter something here. Assignment database. Let me just create a new query. Select start from assignment table, so feedback table. And I'll just filter it. We have a feedback ID, student ID, and we have assignment title coming out from here. We could have also receipt ID. Okay, I can either trace it by using the receipt ID or assignment title, no matter. Where assignment ID equals to 1 and also receipt ID is also equal to, let's say, 1. Let me select this. Invalid column in assignment ID. Okay, this is not assignment ID, this is student ID. And here I get for a student ID 1. He has received this all as feedback. Similarly, for 2, we won't be having a receipt ID 1 because this has to be a different receipt. Let me see if there is exist. So no. So just let me select this much. What is another receipt? With 3 and the receipt ID, okay, ID is 4 and receipt is 3. 4 and 3. So this is 4 and this is 3. So let me see what feedback he has got. He has got 2 feedback. So the student ID with 4 and the receipt ID 3 has again some feedback here. So this is the technique that I'm going to select filter the feedback from the students. So let me just go and implement this. So I'll go to the feedback class again. Here it goes. And let me just select this all. And let me make it feedback by ID and student ID and receipt ID. Okay. Where I just can just make it where student ID equals to the student ID and receipt ID should be now equal to the receipt ID. All done. Okay. At the rate student ID. So I need to pass a parameter here. So this is student ID now. And this is receipt ID. All done. Set this and let me get it to the front one. Here, so once I click on this one, so all things will be listed out here. So let me just go to the event for this. Go to self-click event on this. Let me just have a receipt ID somewhere else defined. But I can get it here, no problem at all. So let us say it is a receipt ID. BGB some. What the hell is wrong with this? Feedback delta selected rows 0 dot cells. That's a receipt ID. The value that is string. The receipt ID is read. And now I can just read whatever you have submitted. So DGB submissions, DGB feedback details, the data source should be equal to now. Actually, I need to create the object of a feedback. Let me create the object of feedback class. Alright, so MVC. Let me go and click here FBC dot get by student ID, which is integer dot pass txt student ID dot text and receipt ID, which is integer dot okay. The receipt ID is simply a receipt ID because we have already received from the spread book. Let's save and run. Just check what we get with it. Let's run and check. So let us say ID1 search. I click on this. There is an error. So let me fix. Okay, index was out of range. Must be non-negative based on the size of the collection. So let us see why we got this error. So it's a DGB feedback. Actually, this should be not feedback. This should be DGB submission details. So this should be this one. Let me copy this. Let me paste it here. Alright, let me save this and let me run it again. Admin and login. And with ID1, search 1, let me click here. Still there is error. Yeah, so let me see. Could not find stored processes. Select to start from feedback table where student ID Okay, so I'm still making here error. So let me see what errors I have made here. So the error is this one. So this is not the stop procedure, but this is a command type dot text because this is not a stop procedure. This is a text. Admin, admin login, and let's say one search one. Yeah, with the student ID one, we have got some feedback, and the feedback is in part ASDF part. Grade is obtained and feedback is something something here. So this is his feedback. Now this is where I want to have a print functionality, everyone. So this is where I want to have a print functionality, which I won't be teaching you today. For print functionality, I'll be coming back tomorrow again, and I will be teaching you how you can print actually this one. If there is a student ID one, there should be student ID, student name, program, batch, semester, everything, and there should be also the assignment title, and there should be the part and the section where it gives a feedback. So this is what I want to do as well. So we have to combine this both first. Actually, even then this much will also fine, but still you can always make it advanced. So this is a dashboard. Now, if any student comes and he wants to look into what feedback he has obtained, just he will enter his ID and then search, and he can know, okay, these are your feedback, and he will submit the feedback. That's it. This is the whole system works like this now. So this is something that we have been able to do now. Now this is okay, very perfect for us now. Now let me go and do something for okay report. Student report also you can just use this again in the student report. This one also you can use, or you can remove this report. We don't need the report. So for teacher report, what you can do, you can just list out the assignment which has been submitted by the teachers, so which has been taken by the teachers, and which he has returned back. So I leave it on you to complete these two part. You do it as you think you can do. Result part, I think you don't need this here. For search, I am going to show you one and two, and then you can do it for the remaining. For example, I am going to do one. Since you might also not need this actually, you don't need a search here, a lot of search, because you already have enough. So you can have the way we have done this, so everything will be applied the same way. For example, for let me go for one, and you can do the remaining. I am just going for a user search. You can do the remaining as well. So let me create a form for a user search. Okay, so let me just change the property. Let me just have a let's say I want to solve for username. Let's take a grid view. Let's set this home start to center. This is already set to property. Let's send some property of this. Users. Okay, that's it. So let us say this is txt username. This is btn search. Now we'll go to the login of the user class and I'll create a function. Basically, I can copy this. You can also do the same because we are repeating the same thing here. So data table get users by username, and only the things will change in the query where username should be equal to the username, and done. This can simply do cmd.parameter the right value at the right username, and you simply have to pass the username here. Actually, this need to pass this parameter in this function, string username. Whatever you want to filter with, you can pass as a parameter, and we are done. So get user by name. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. Let me call the object of this class. And here you can just have dgb get user by username and pass this username. Done. We are done with this. Let me connect it to the main form. User by username. You can just take user search frm.show dialog. You can either the show or show dialog, but I prefer show dialog here. Let's run and check. Admin is a user that I think I have. And if you go to search user with the username, I should be getting that from. Let me say admin search, and yeah, you get admin. So before that, let me populate all the users onto this form, and we can do it very easily. So let me go to the code view here, and under this one, I just want to populate to all the users. So there should be uc.get all users. Get users. So all users will be populated here, and you can search a particular one. Let's log in. Let's go to search and the user by username, and we can see a lot of user here. So I can search anyone. Let's say admin. Admin is there. Let's say there is even Abhishek I saw. There is a user called Abhishek as well. So in the case someone forgets the password, you can search and you can give him the password as well. So this is our search, a basic search, everyone, and I hope you can do the remaining of them. If you want to do, you do. If you don't want to do, you leave it. But try for the sum at least. And this completes your whole project. In fact, this completes our whole project now. So if you want to have a print functionality to be added, so this is going to consume more time. So we'll do that in the next class if you wish. If you don't want, you can skip that part, but this completes our whole project everyone. So now the next thing is I want every one of you to complete this work, and as requested by Lakshan, and he wants me to add all this video in a channel, so I'll try to do that my best. I'll collect all the videos and I'll create a separate channel and I'll post it somewhere else, and then I can provide you the link, and then you can try this all everyone. And Now at the same time we should be also having some assignment discussion sessions. So I have already given you the assignment tasks. So what I can do now, I'll take a couple of more classes and in which I'll be discussing about the assignments. And I think I've already discussed to you about the first, about your, let's say, first task. But still I'll come back to the task again and then I'll explain you what is to be done here. So I think I had given you the assignment. Let me check what is that. So I have it somewhere. I'll just show you. Just let me check. Just let me show you everyone. So this is what we had given you, and almost we have almost all entry of all subject faculties and teachers, all assignment and students submitted. Record of the teacher that had taken and a report as required. And in fact, we have added one thing more, feedback and everything. So we have done more than what is required here. So now this is what we are supposed to do, and for this now I will give you some time. So let me discuss with you all first. So how much time do you think would be enough for you to complete this assignment as well as this project? Can you please give me how much time do you need to complete this whole assignment and project, everyone? Vinay Shrestha, 10 days. I don't hope you can finish that in 10 days, Vinay. Vishal, you can't finish this in more than a week. Sarisma, you're right. 1 month should be enough because I don't hope you can finish this in less than a month. No. Yes, I think 1 month should be enough. Okay, so 1 month should be enough to complete your project and your assignment as well. Everybody agree on it? 1 month, do you agree for 1 month? This all okay? Rest of you, please give me confirmation. I'm recording this video. But okay, okay. So 1 month, your assignment should be done, your project should be done. Okay, within a month, your assignment should be done, your project should be done. And for assignment, I will be available anytime. So let us not discuss it today. Let's not be overburdened. So regarding assignment, I will give you a complete guideline what is to be done in each and every task, what is to be done in order to achieve every grade. And really, I want to. Okay, so today is 7th of September, everyone, and I want you to submit the assignment by 7th of October. Okay, so I want every one of you to submit the assignment by 7th of October, and once you submit the assignment by 7th of October, so you agree on certain terms, like the terms are on 7th of October, your all the assignments, including merit, distinction, everything has to be submitted. And if you fail on 7th, if you submit the assignments and if you do not meet the higher grading criteria like merit and distinction, then obviously you won't be graded merit and distinction. But if you provide me earlier, if you take feedback, if you achieve the higher grading criteria before 7th of October, that will be accepted. But after 7th of October, your higher grading criteria won't be accepted. Only if you fail, then feedback will be given for only pass grade. Otherwise, what we say, I won't be accepting it for a higher grade. But I can give you time if you want a time. Let's take a time, no problem. Instead of 7th October, let's take it 15th of October, no problem. Yeah, no problem. You take your time, but let's fix it and let's stick to it. No, it's only my programming. For other, you need to discuss with the faculty and let me know. For my subject, I can give you till 15th of October because we have to complete project, we have to complete assignment, you have to finish it till you have to complete your merit and distinction and all. So I can assign you to 15th of October of time. So this is only for my subject. Or rather, you can discuss with the faculty and then you can have a time and then I'll just get confirmed with the faculty. But for my subject, 15th of October is it confirmed, everyone? 15th of October, okay? 15 October 2020 is okay to everyone, right? Okay. So you understand the certain terms and conditions. I will email you all the terms and conditions and you'll have to agree on that. After 15th of October, you cannot submit merit and distinction tasks. If you fail, then obviously you'll get a, if you fail, then you will get for pass, and if you get, you will get a feedback for pass. But for merit and distinction, you won't get a feedback after 15th of October. But if you submit all the assignments before 15th of October, you will be evaluated for merit and distinctions and everything. But after 15th of October, no merit, no distinction. Am I clear to everyone? If I am clear, please write yes. If not clear, write no. Don't worry, Rosen, I am coming to the assignment. I will start explaining the assignment from tomorrow. Now project done. From tomorrow I will be starting discussing an assignment. Okay, so I will take 3 more days on assignment like learning outcome 1, learning outcome 2, learning outcome 3 and learning outcome 4. Or let's say even one day is enough. Let's see how much time permits us. If I don't know if this will take a long time. For discussing one task, this will hardly take 10 to 15 minutes of time. So we can arrange a time and we can have a discussion for assignment, and then you should follow my sequence. Let's say you should follow to my instructions. Okay, everyone. So I'm stopping today's session here. Option, I can't be sure about today, but I will make sure that I will try to arrange as soon as possible. Although they are in my system, but I need to filter them out. And once I do that, uploading also takes a lot of time. So if I find all the video, if I'm able to upload, then I will let you know. But I will try to make it available as soon as possible. All the videos are there with me. Even all the videos are on the YouTube, but they are unlisted because of some security reasons. I make them unlisted. I don't want anybody from outside our yes. So it's not listed because I don't want anybody from outside our ISMT should be able to access those videos. Because these are all our class recordings and everything. There are security issues related with that. Yes. So all right, everyone. So it has been final that your assignment submission will be on 15th of October. We will be submitting on 15th of October along with the project and the assignment, and I'll also pick up one presentation date. Will be having a presentation as well. So I'll give you a deadline for the presentation and everything, and then you can start doing it now. And from tomorrow, let's say tomorrow is Tuesday, and actually I need to go to hospital. I don't know when, but if it is tomorrow, I won't be able to take a class. If not, then I'll take some assignment classes as well. Okay, everyone. So I am stopping for today's session. In the meantime, if you have any question, you can raise your question in the chat box. If you have any question, then you can have a question in the chat box. And please let me take the attendance. Ravi Sheikh. Do not leave because I am taking your attendance. Do not leave because I am taking your attendance. Somebody has a chat message. Let me see. Yes, Sitaram. No, this is it's only for programming. Only for programming, I have given you a deadline to 15th of October. For the rest, you can discuss with the faculty. Okay, everyone, you can leave now. You can take a leave now. You can all leave now. So I'm ending up today's session.